Here's something to think about. Preparing for the unavoidable is wise. Otherwise, procrastination is arrogance, assuming that God will give you more time to do what you should have already done or to do what you're thinking about doing. If you're like most people, covering funeral costs for you and or your family has been a subject of discussion or is a major concern, right? Since 2007, we came to the United States as Protection Plenitude, Inc. And then our funeral assistance membership brand, Assure for Life, was born. We are part of Grupo Plenitude, a company with over 70 years of experience, providing comprehensive services, awareness, and quality standards. More than 2,500 organizations make up our portfolio of clients throughout the United States, Latin America, and the Caribbean. We provide more than 10,000 funeral services every year within our coverage area, keeping our promise of high quality services. What is Assure for Life? Assure for Life by Protection Plenitude, Inc. is the best funeral assistance plan in the United States. It's not insurance, therefore it does not deliver money, but rather provides services. By purchasing this valuable plan, members will receive important benefits. What benefits, you may ask? Accompaniment, protection, peace of mind, and comfort to you and your family in the most challenging moments. Assistance and coordination through an emergency line that works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Basic funeral services, transport of the deceased within the United States, Washington, D.C., and Puerto Rico, and transportation to the country of origin in the coverage area. Grupo Plenitude has headquarters in Colombia, Venezuela, Costa Rica, Mexico, the United States, and Panama. The company has an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, and we are members of the Latin America Cemetery Association, as well as a member of the Romanzo Funeral Homes Network. Our coverage in the United States is all 50 states, Washington, D.C., and the unincorporated territory of Puerto Rico. In Latin America, we are in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Costa Rica, Ecuador, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, Nicaragua, Panama, Paraguay, Peru, Uruguay, and Venezuela. In the Caribbean, we are in Haiti, Jamaica, and Dominican Republic. Now, I would like to turn it back over to my husband, Joseph, to do his part in presenting this awesome information. Joseph, go right ahead.
Thank you, Carlotta, for sharing that very important, informative information with us tonight. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Thank you. So I just want to piggyback off of what you talked about earlier, and that is about why folks should seriously consider Assure for Life. Because when you're faced with the death of a loved one, doing business with a company that has the corporate presence, the 6 headquarters you mentioned, the credibility, the capabilities, 70+ years experience, and a huge coverage area is very, very important. Now, I want to mention that this concept and information is not new. It's only new in the United States, and you may be hearing it for the first time. That does not change the fact that Protection Plenitude are de facto pioneers in the industry, however. And the company, as you mentioned, has actually been in business for 7+ decades. So, and in my experience, they are the world's first and only company offering services protecting up to 7 people. So you cannot put a price tag on the importance of dealing with a company that has experience, presence, and credibility in any area that you need help, especially when you and your families are dealing with sensitive, challenging, and urgent matters. So let's look at some of the options that are available in this wonderful plan that we're talking about. Assure for Life, they offer 3 options. However, they only deliver one at the time that the services are requested. Option 1 is the national option, which is service in the United States and Puerto Rico. The other 2 options, the return option and the roots option, that's for service in Latin America and the Caribbean. You notice that the transportation of the deceased is offered in the national option. And what that means is city to city or state to state. It's not covered in the other 2 options. You notice again that the transportation of the body to the country of origin is not available in the national option. So what that means is if you're traveling outside of the United States on vacation or visiting someone, it's advisable to purchase traveler's insurance beforehand, because if you pass away while you're on vacation, the traveler's insurance, which is very inexpensive, by the way, will pay to transport your body back to the United States. However, it is covered in the second option, the return option. So folks that are traveling from South America to the United States, as an example, on vacation or temporarily living in the United States and pass away while they're in the United States, they will be returned to their country of origin. That's covered. It's not necessary in the option 3 because you're already in your country of origin. That's the roots option. You'll see that the basic funeral services are paid for in all 3 options, and the cremation and urn or a standard casket and hearse to the cemetery is also covered in all 3 options. The cemetery expenses, that's not covered in the national option. We'll talk about that shortly, but it is covered in the other 2 options. You'll notice also that a round-trip airplane ticket exclusively for the plan holder, that's available in all 3 options as well. So let's look at the services and expenses paid for in the national option. Again, the national option is service in the United States and Puerto Rico. In the national option, again, the transfer of the deceased to the local funeral provider, that's paid for. Again, that's city to city or state to state. The plan also pays for the preparation of the body. That's the embalming or the refrigeration. That's to preserve the body before the services, obviously. The plan also pays for the basic viewing time. That's anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, depending on where you live. And the plan will pay for a casket for the viewing. And that's for situations where the family is requesting services before the cremation. The plan will pay for a casket under those circumstances. The plan also pays for the funeral director expenses. The plan also pays for a funeral guest book and the prayer cards. And the plan pays for a death certificate. And as we all know, nothing happens without a death certificate. That's the first thing people ask for when they're handling the affairs of someone who's passed away, a death certificate. That's paid for. The cremation options, let's take a look at those options. The plan will pay for a cremation. The plan also pays for an urn for the cremated remains. And a lot of people are doing cremations now. That's the trend in the last several years, is towards cremations. The plan will pay for a cremation. The burial options includes a basic or standard casket and a hearse to the cemetery or the crematorium. You notice again that the cemetery expenses are not covered by Assure for Life in the United States, Washington, D.C., or Puerto Rico. And the cemetery expenses are things like the vault, the opening and the closing of the grave, or the headstone, or the gravesite itself, which is a real estate transaction and is not covered. However, when compared to the national average for a funeral, which is about $10,000, you can see where it's much easier for a family to cover the cemetery expenses than it is to pay for the entire funeral. Now, rest assured, you do not have to remember any of this because you acknowledge the terms of service during your enrollment, and the terms of service are emailed to you immediately following your enrollment. Here are a few things to keep in mind about this plan. Remember the round-trip airplane ticket? Well, that's exclusively for the plan holder in order to attend the funeral of his or her loved one. So what that means is if you're the plan holder and you live in Pennsylvania, as an example, and you have a member on your plan that lives in California, and unfortunately they pass away, well, guess what? The plan will provide a round-trip airplane ticket for you to attend that person's funeral. That's phenomenal. Their flagship plan is the family plan. I call it the family plan because it's I call it the flagship plan because it's our most popular plan. And the plan covers up to 7 people, 65 years of age or younger. They can be included regardless of the kinship to the plan holder. Now, I want you to keep that phrase in the back of your mind because you're going to hear me say that several different times during this presentation, regardless of the kinship to the plan holder. In the case of a parent or a partner of the plan holder, up to 80 years of age, they can be added at the time of enrollment. Now, remember this, the plan holder has to be at least 18 years of age. And coverage will not expire as long as the membership is paid. And again, you can have a maximum of 2 people. They can be added to the plan up to 80 years of age. Again, it has to be a partner or a parent. So what that means is the plan pays all the basic funeral costs and make all the arrangements for all the funerals. And remember, the coverage will not expire as long as the membership is paid. So members have the potential to be on the plan until they reach 120 years of age. That's just an example. Now, obviously, someone's going to pass away. We all know that with medical technology now, medical research, people are living a lot longer, but someone's eventually going to pass away. We just don't know who or when. We all know someone's going to pass away, including ourselves. That person can be replaced on the annual enrollment date. However, the plan holder, guess what? They can be replaced immediately. The membership continues forever if needed. There isn't anything like it on the planet, as I stated earlier. The most important thing to remember is that the membership will be canceled for non-payment after 3 consecutive months. In addition to that, if a payment is past due by 60 days or more, the Assure for Life membership is inactive until 30 days after all payments have been brought current. And to request any services, the payments must not have any delay. It's like any other membership that you currently pay for, such as a gym membership, a streaming service membership, or a shopping membership. Guess what? If you don't make the membership payments, or if there's a delay in your payment, you can't use the services. The same is true with Assure for Life because it's a membership. Now remember, if the payments for the Assure for Life membership plan are more than 90 days in arrears, that's 3 consecutive months, the contract is terminated, no services will be provided, and no refunds will be made. Now, needless to say, this is one membership you do not want to lapse or terminate for obvious reasons. Let's look at some of the outstanding waiting periods for coverage, because starting on the 3rd business day after enrollment and after the first payment has been made, Assure for Life covers accidental, violent death, or death by suicide. And with the crazy things that are going on across this nation and in every major city that I know about, you want coverage right away? Absolutely. Assure for Life covers death by natural causes 180 calendar days after making the first payment. Does that make sense? So basically, after 6 months, the plan covers any type of death except where COVID. Now, listen to this. I want to be very transparent and upfront about this. Except where COVID is listed as the cause of death, or any death as a result of a major disaster or emergency as defined by the United States government, including but not limited to global pandemics. Assure for Life will not cover those types of deaths. The good news is that you may qualify for FEMA assistance. That's a federal emergency management agency. They will provide you with assistance under those circumstances. I'm sure you've heard those commercials or have seen the advertisements. I've seen billboards for that. But can you see how this membership and this plan can help remove some of the financial strain and uncertainties in your life? Absolutely. Now, I want to emphasize this last bullet point here because I have a feeling it will be a deal maker for some, like it was for my wife and myself, right, Carlotta?
Yes.
Now, remember, earlier when I said that Assure for Life is not life insurance, it isn't. However, I would like to make a quick comparison between the Assure for Life membership and life insurance, if I may, because in the past, you may have been a victim of the have you ever medical questions on life insurance application. You know the question on a life insurance application that asks, have you ever had A, B, or C medical condition? And you're like trying to play it off like it's a trick question, like they're trying to trick you into something. And you say, like, when? And the insurance agent says, in your lifetime. And you say something like, well, yes, of course, who hasn't? Or the medical question that asks in the last 5 to 10 years, making it more current. Have you had X, Y, or Z medical condition? And again, your response is yes, haven't most people? Or how about this, a deep dive into your family history and how your family members have passed away? You see, because any yes answer or any negative family history has the potential to deny coverage. Now, remember, Assure for Life is not life insurance. Now, and by the way, you have to authorize an MIB report when you're applying for your life insurance. And an MIB report is like a credit report, only for your medical history. It includes every time you've got a prescription filled, every time you've been to the doctors, or every time you've been into the hospital. And if you lie on the insurance application and you pass away within the first 2 years, you see every insurance company has a 2-year, every insurance company that I know about, they have a 2-year contestability period. And if you've lied on your insurance application and you pass away within those first 2 years, guess what? They can or will deny the claim. Someone has to submit a claim to get the proceeds. Now, those are all valid questions on a life insurance policy application. Again, Assure for Life is not life insurance. So the conditions for the Assure for Life enrollment is this: at the time of enrollment. Everything's predicated on the at the time of enrollment. So at the time of enrollment, the plan holder or any of its members must not be terminally ill. At the time of enrollment, the plan holder or any of its members must not have a cancer diagnosis, be on dialysis, or have a brain tumor. Those are the only 4 exclusions at the time of enrollment. So the significance of that is that when it comes to coverage with Assure for Life, there's no medical exams, no MIB reports, no background checks, no family history, no blood or urine samples. The membership allows virtually all pre-existing conditions, mentally or physically, except the 4 that I just mentioned. That's another huge benefit, isn't it? You see, because Assure for Life and Protection Plenitude are in the business of protection, not rejection. It's in their name, Protection Plenitude. So a quick recap of a couple of benefits covered so far. Remember the exclusive round-trip airplane ticket for the plan holder. In addition to that, the plan pays to have a member transported to the city or state they reside if they pass away outside of that location. That's unheard of. Their flagship plan, the family plan, well, again, they pay the basic funeral costs for up to 7 members. And remember, the national average for a funeral is about $10,000. So assuming that 1 or 2 airline tickets are needed for the plan holder to attend funerals for other members on the plan, that's an approximate value of about $80,000. The plan provides protection, which is priceless, and there's no way to place a value on your peace of mind. So let's look at who's covered, how to get started, and how remarkably affordable the plan is. We're going to start with the family plan. Again, the family plan covers up to 7 people, and it covers ages 65 and younger. There are 2 different rates, the standard rate states and the special rate states. The standard rate states covers 45 states and Washington, D.C. The plan covers you and 6 other people, regardless of the relationship to you, as the plan holder, for only $900 per year. Not $900 per person, but everybody on the plan is covered for $900 per year. A one-time $30 enrollment fee makes your one-time payment only $930, and you should pay the annual fee. And I'll explain to you why later. It will benefit you and the members on the plan. You can choose to pay yearly, which you should. You can pay semi-annually, quarterly, or monthly if you want to. Let's say you want to pay monthly. It's only $75 per month. That might fit into your budget. That's less than $11 per month per member. To start the membership requires at least 3 months up front. All the memberships require 3 months up front. So remember that for the sake of redundant. I don't want to be redundant. Just remember that. So for $255, which includes the one-time $30 enrollment fee, you're good to go for the first 3 months. That 4th month, you just paid us $75 from that point forward. Remember, the membership covers 3 to 7 people for only $75 per month. Now, for those that only know 1 person that will pass away, the cost is only $25 per month. That's only $105 to start the enrollment. A 2-person family plan is only $40 per month. To start your enrollment for a 2-person family plan requires, again, 3 months up front. The $30 enrollment fee, that's only $150. You see, 3 or more people on the family plan is only $75 per month. So as you have probably already figured out, the more people on the plan between 3 and 7 creates greater value. It's such a great value. Either way, it's almost too good to be true. I couldn't believe it when I first heard it. Let's look at the special rate states. The special rate states includes Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, New York, California, and Puerto Rico. This plan, again, covers you as the plan holder and 6 other people for only $720 per year. A one-time $30 enrollment fee makes your one-time payment only $750. If that doesn't fit into your budget, you can choose to pay monthly if you want to. It's only $60 per month. That's less than $9 per month per member. Again, to start the membership requires $210. So you cover it for the first 3 months. That 4th month, you just make the $60 payment and you're good to go. Again, the more people on the plan, 3 to 7 people on the plan, the greater the value. And you'll notice down here where it says if the majority of the members, or if anyone over 65 years of age or the plan holder themselves live in a standard rate state, the annual fee of $900 applies. Does that make sense? So because folks have family members and friends spread across the United States, remember it's all in all 50 states, I would suggest contacting the person who invited you, first of all, to start your enrollment. Secondly, they can give you a more accurate yearly or monthly rate very easily and quickly. They can do that for you. The good news is that it will not be more than $75 per month. Does everyone see the value in this plan and this membership? And do you see how this can relieve some stress and uncertainties in your life? Absolutely. Let's look at the second plan that's available. It's called the Silver Plan. The Silver Plan is exclusively for people between the ages of 65, 66, and 75 years of age. In the regular rate states or the standard rate states, it's the same thing. A one-person Silver Plan is only $600 per year. The $30 enrollment fee makes your one-time payment only $630. I understand if you can't do it yearly, you can do it monthly if you want to. It's only $50 per month. To start the monthly plan only requires $180 to get started. A two-person Silver Plan in the regular rate states is only $930. The additional member has to be between the ages of 0 and 75 years of age, regardless of the kinship to you as the plan holder. That's phenomenal. So you can get started for $930. You can't do the annual payment. You can decide to pay monthly if you want to. It's only $75 per month. To start the monthly payments requires $255 to start. Let's look at the special rate states. Guess what? They get a break because of where they live. Lucky them. The special rate applies in Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, New York, California, and Puerto Rico. A one-person Silver Plan in the special rate states is only $540. Again, you have to be between 66 and 75 years of age. So for $500 and what's that? $80, $570. Excuse me. Thank you, Carlotta. You can get started on the one-person Silver Plan. A two-person Silver Plan, I'm sorry, if you can't pay yearly, it's only $45 per month. To start your monthly plan requires $165. Okay, I hope that's clear. A two-person Silver Plan in the special rate states is only $720. A one-time $30 enrollment fee makes your one-time payment only $750. Again, the additional member can be between the ages of 0 and 75 years of age, again, regardless of the kinship to the plan holder. You can't pay annually. I understand. You can get started monthly if you want to. It's only $60 per month. To start the membership requires $210. That's if you decide to pay monthly. So it goes without saying that this type of coverage for yourself, oh, wrong way, and 6 other people on the flagship plan, the family plan, or 2 members on the Silver Plan, as an example, is priceless. And you would agree that on top of paying the standard funeral costs and the airline ticket, the plan benefits are rich. In exchange for a set fee, the plan holder and members on the plan are entitled to everything included in the membership. You see, the company is contractually obligated to pay the services and provide the benefits as long as there's no falsehoods on the enrollment or there's no missed payments. The service is not worth what they charge. It's actually worth much more. I can hear someone saying now that the value and the benefits sound almost too good to be true. So remember, there are 2 different plans. The family plan and the Silver Plan. That's based on your age. That depends on how old you are. We cover ages 0 to 80. There are 2 different rates. The standard rate states and the special rate states. That depends on where you live. And just to recap the similarities between the plans and the rates, if you haven't already figured them out, is that every membership requires at least 3 months upfront to get started. Every membership requires a one-time $30 enrollment fee. You can choose to pay annually if you want to, semi-annually, monthly, or quarterly. The choice is yours. So it's very flexible. Now I want to talk to the people that like to save money. Listen up very closely to what I have to say. The other folks that don't care about saving money, you can tune out for a couple of minutes. I only want to talk to the people that like to save money. If you decide that you want to make that annual payment, you qualify for 2 months free. So you pay for the first 12 months, you get the 13th and the 14th month free. That's a savings of $150 for the family plan in the standard rate states. In addition to that, we have a holiday special going on right now. Any annual payments, guess what? You qualify for a $120 discount. That applies to any family plans of 3 or more, or any 2-person Silver Plans in the standard or the special rate states. So as an example, in the standard rate states, rather than paying the $930 to start your family plan enrollment today, requires only $810. That's unbelievable. So remember, you get 2 months free. So that's a total savings of $270. So $150 off of your membership, the 13th and 14th month free, and the $120 discount. That's unbelievable. Now, some people aren't impressed by the savings. As I stated earlier, they just want to know how much they have to pay. You can come back now, listen up, because we can look at it a totally different way. If you're not impressed by the savings, maybe this fact will move you to action. The 7 members on your family plan are covered for only 27 cents per day each in the standard rate states, or 21 cents each per day in the special rate states. Now, let me ask you a question. Which member you know is not worth 27 cents per day? For semi-annual payments, guess what? The $30 enrollment fee is waived. That's another savings. Also, all semi-annual payments qualify for a $60 holiday discount. So in the standard rate states, your initial payment, if you choose to pay the first 6 months, is only $420. Again, these savings apply to all family plans of 3 or more and all 2-person silver plans. The other similarities are this, is that the enrollment is as easy as 1, 2, 3. We're going to talk about that shortly. And this is the one that absolutely blew me away. I couldn't wrap my head around it because I come from the life insurance universe where there's such things as insurable interest and insurability. None of that exists with the Assure for Life funeral assistance membership plan. And it is this, is that members can be added to your plan regardless of the relationship to the plan holder. Unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. So remember, you can add a parent or a partner up to age 80 if you want to. You can add your children or your grandchildren, or your children and grandchildren can add you. You can add your siblings like we did. You can add a niece or a nephew, an aunt or uncle. You can add a cousin. How about this? You can add a friend. You can add a neighbor if you have that type of relationship with them, or you can bless a church member by adding them to your plan. That is unbelievable. Now let's look at this last slide here, because this last slide here has 2 different telephone numbers listed. The customer service number, which is available 9 to 6 Eastern time, Monday through Friday. You call customer service to ask questions about your membership, to make changes like your payment method, your frequency of payment, to add or delete a member, or to change your address. Things like that you call customer service. You want to make sure that all your information is current and up to date. The most important telephone number is the funeral emergency number, which is available 24/7, 365. I call it the hotline. And this is the way it works. After you contact Assure for Life, now remember this, you must contact them first. Do not contact the funeral home or call the funeral home yourself, because that will void your terms of service. Now, obviously, after you contact your family members to let them know that Uncle Junie has passed away, and the proper authorities to make sure that the coroner knows that someone has passed away, the very next telephone call should be to Assure for Life. You see, because Assure for Life will deal directly with the funeral home in the area of the person who has passed away. You're paying them for that service. They'll do that for you. Or any family provided funeral director. You see, we don't want to leave you out of the process. So if your family funeral director is willing to accept the terms and payment, Assure for Life will do business with them. And you would agree that having an emergency line is important, especially in stressful circumstances, so you and your family can start the healing process, so that you and your family can mourn properly the loss of a loved one, or to do other important things and not worry about making funeral arrangements. That's priceless. The significance is that Assure for Life will make those traumatic and potentially stressful contacts for you. Assure for Life will provide you and your family with peace of mind, protection, and all the benefits set up in the membership. That's a huge benefit. So let's quickly review before we wrap up and make sure that we've covered everything that we promised. You see, because with Assure for Life, there's no give and take or give a little, take a little. It's all give a lot, take a lot. What do I mean by that? Well, there are a lot of benefits. The benefits are rich, and the benefits are exceptional at the same time. Assure for Life takes away a lot of the burden. Assure for Life takes away a lot of the anxiety and indecision when challenged with the loss of a loved one. Carlotta explained to you why you should seriously consider Assure for Life. Forget GoFundMe, which a lot of people are prone to do in these circumstances. First of all, it's slow. Secondly, it's unpredictable. And as we all know, funerals are time-sensitive matters. you and your family deserve and need your services paid for sooner than later. And did you know that less than 12% of crowdfunding campaigns like GoFundMe actually reach their goals? In fact, 16% didn't receive any donations. That's zero. Those days are over. Say to yourself, those days are over. 𝗗𝗦𝗦𝗅 explained to you what Assure for Life is. And I showed you who and what's covered. Remember, the membership covers up to 7 people. That's unheard of in this industry. There's 6 different plans to choose from, according to my count, 2 family plans and 4 silver plans. Assure for Life pays all the basic funeral expenses. That's phenomenal. The plan provides a round-trip airplane ticket exclusively for the plan holder anywhere in the coverage area. The plan has outstanding waiting periods for coverage, 3 business days for accidental, violent, or death by suicide. Remember that. The plan covers most pre-existing conditions. That's unheard of in this industry until now. 𝗗𝗦𝗦𝗅 showed you what the coverage area is. Remember, all 50 states. I explained in great detail how to get started, the affordability, and the savings that you can take advantage of right now. I just showed you who to contact when you have custom questions about your membership. You call customer service for that. You contact the emergency line, the hotline, when the services are required, because they're available 24/7, 365. You're paying them for that service. The enrollment, let's talk about that. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Number 1, we need the plan holder information. Number 2, we need the member information, which includes their names, the relationship to the plan holder, their date of birth, and the city that they live in. That's it. No social security numbers, no background checks, no family history, not even a driver's license. Third but not least, we need the payment information. Debit or credit cards are best because then your payments are automatically made for you, which prevents any missed payments, no lapse in your membership, and you do not want your membership to be terminated or inactive when the services are needed. So as you can see, the Assure for Life Funeral Assistance membership and the predictability of paying the cost, making the arrangements for you and your family's funerals, providing you and your family peace of mind and protection is what all families deserve. Am I right or am I right? That's it. We told you it was easy and simple, right? The rest is up to you. Ultimately, the decision is yours. Remember earlier when 𝗗𝗦𝗦𝗅 asked you about preparing for the inevitable? Well, the Bible says that the days of your years are 70, that's 70, or by reason of your strength, 80, that's 80. There's no question we're all going to pass away. That's not the question. We are all going to leave this earth one way or another, like it or not. The real question is, will you and your family be prepared? We beseech you, don't delay. Time is of the essence. I know that for a fact. Get back with the person who invited you to this Zoom today. First of all, to give them a huge thank you for sharing this information and thinking about you, to invite you to this Zoom. And secondly, to start your enrollment, because there's no time like the present. On behalf of my wife and myself, we want to thank you for your time, your participation, and your patience. And as Ms. William, and so again, we say thank you and God bless you.